Hello, welcome. So, today is another train simulator classic live stream. And in today's live stream, I thought we'd go on a new route that I've not driven yet, which is the, I think it's pronounced Tehachapi Pass. I could be mispronouncing that. If I am mispronouncing that, please do correct me. And the route is from Mojave up to Bakersfield. Right. Also, yes, I may accidentally look up in that camera because I am used to that. So I'm not used to having the camera down there. So sorry if I do that by accident. If I do it deliberately, then I'm not sorry for it. So, yes, this is the distance. If you would like to know where this is, I actually got the map. It's down here in California. And if you don't know where California is, then you should look it up. Not to be confused with the island of California, which they thought it was at first, but it actually isn't. At least as far as I know. So this is it. I haven't been on this route yet. I got this when I got Train Simulator Classic on the Humble Bundle for a small amount of money. Hello, Kangafango. Yes. Lisa, welcome. Going a straight line, oh joy. Not a straight line. It's probably going to be quite mountainous considering it's a pass. So let's get started. The scenario is, well, it says number 3 because 1, 2, 3, 4. Although I suppose. Maybe this one would be better. I wanted to do the Union Pacific first, but if they are numbered, which they are, then it might be a good idea to play them in that order. So, yeah, sure, let's do this one instead. I only just noticed the numbers. I'll rechat once I press the button. Operate Vehicle Manifest Train VRICCL 01 on its journey from Richmond, California to Clovis, NM. What does NM stand for? New Mexico, of course. Thank you. New Mexico, the Clovis, New Mexico. There haven't been any incidents so far, but things are about to heat up. Well, considering it's called Hotbox, I have a fair idea of what this is going to be. If you don't know what a hotbox is, it's when you have, so the wheels on that the locomotive or wagons sit on are of course the axle for the wheels, and that is sitting on bearings, and those bearings are cooled by oils, and sometimes, it used to be more common in the past than it is now, but sometimes those bearings can heat up so much that the oil catches fire, and that is a hotbox. So, yes, they used to be more common in the past, but we'll see what happens. Lisa, last night me and Chloe had the trippiest dream I dreamt yet. Congratulations. Didn't you hear? They're going overseas to meet with the Prince of California. Didn't he appear in the Moomins? I think so, yes. California? Yeah. I'm out of here. Oh. I mean, sure. Right. Sure days. Alright, never heard of those. Oh, now you have. Anyway, I'll see you in about half an hour when it's loaded. Elisa will return when you are out of California. Okay. If we get out of California, yes. Also let me know regarding the volume, please. Also, I will point out, I've not driven on this route yet, so it may crash at some point. I don't know. I've not tested this route yet, so we'll see. Doesn't she have protective goggles or something? Good morning, engineer. Today your operating vehicle manifest train, yes, blah blah blah, on its journey from Richmond, California to Clovis, New Mexico. The train has arrived in Bakersfield, California, without incident. Prepare the train and request permission from the dispatcher to occupy the Mojave subdivision. As an operational reminder, this train has a total of 224 axles and is 5,050 feet in length. That is impressive. Probably. So, do I... hold on. Advanced brakes. Increase, decrease, okay. I'm not gonna play... Let's Control Shift 1, Control Shift 2 to increase decrease difficulty for the advanced brakes. We'll see. Engineer. Number 6, 9,000 to dispatcher. Number 54, over. This dispatcher, number 54. Go ahead. 6,900. Request permission to occupy Mojave train, track number 1, at current junction, over. Permission granted. Number 6900, over and out. Okay. Game's a tad loud. Hold on. I shall reduce it by 19%. Is that better? Might be a bit better. Okay. Right. So, here we are. Our locomotive. Wait, why is the light on here, even though... Oh wait, are those... Oh, those are on. Oh, it's the middle ones, of course. So, here's our train. Yes, quite a long train, as you might imagine. Let's have a look at the map. Right, so we start over in Bakersfield. We've got a bit of straight running here. Quite good on the inside, but quite loud on view too. Yeah, we'll mostly be in the inside anyway. So we start up here in where I'm assuming, yeah, Bakersfield. Then we're gonna go down there. And this is the mountainy bit you can see here. And we're going to make it up to this point in this scenario, and then probably go the rest of the way on the part 2 of this. So, let's get started. Everything looks fine. X is X sander? Yes, but I have to hold it. Okay, so I'm gonna hold the sander, put it into notch 1, and off we go. Quite nice atmosphere out there. Where is our signal? I'm assuming it's that one, considering I don't see any other signals. Oh, I think we've left our co-driver behind. Oh well, he can catch Bertie to catch up. That surprisingly doesn't seem to be causing any lag, really. Our co-driver's in the rear loco, hehe. Hold on, which one was number 4? I can't actually see what that speed sign is saying down there. It's either going up to 40 or maybe up to 20, I guess. There are 2 of them right on top of each other. Look at our train going all the way there into the distance. Let's just fly along our train to give a bit of a better perspective of how long this thing is. It looks like all auto racks. There we go. Do we have a Fred? Yes, we've got a Fred. Lovely. Aw, that's quite nice with all the lighting and stuff like that. Looks lovely, but a bit odd with the black fog against the light blue background. Yes. Okay, we've got a clear, which means proceed at track speed. Also, I may get some of the signal names, like the aspect names, wrong because I've not really played on a US map in a long time, so we'll see. Barn? Barn? We're not in a barn, as far as I know. But there is a crossing coming up. Let's see if I get the timing right. I think that's okay. Not perfect, but okay. Uh-huh. Hey, Fred. What is it, Barn? Oh, I see. It's a Simpsons reference. Should have known it. Ahem. I'm just trying to figure out how to set up the Transporter 2's model editor. I've never tried it, so I don't know. That one was a little bit too close. Also, I do like the radio chatter in the background. Yep, good luck. I've never even looked at the Transporter 2 model editor. I really do like Train Simulator's lighting engine. It's so much nicer than Trains'. And just look at that. If only Train Simulator Classic had a lot of the editor tools and functionality of Trains, and also access to the download station, that would be lovely. Yes. Looks like there are passenger stations on this as well. Maybe... I wonder if I have any Amtrak sessions for this. Although I could make one if there are other passenger stations along here, and that could be quite nice. Right. Yeah, this is brilliant. And if it has multiplayer, passenger stuff might be AI. Maybe. I thought... No, I meant as in a passenger session where you drive a passenger train. Not sure. I do know how... Those rocks! Look, those remind me so much of those JVC rock groups. Look at that. Don't they remind you of the JVC rock groups? Yeah, if I look back that way, it gets a little bit laggier when it's rendering all of the cars. Let's see how many of these switches work. Those ones probably wouldn't. Cab light, of course. Step lights. Ah, you can see the lights at the bottom, those little spotlights there. That one... ditch lights. Oh right, those are the... strange. It looks like the switch does work, but the actual ditch lights don't. Odd. And we can accelerate up to 25. Not quite right. I've still got to work a bit on my timing there with the horn blasts. Right. And the mudstones, whatever they're called. No passenger stuff on the Bix. Yeah, but some of the other locomotives from other bits of DLC might have sessions for this. Did it still work? I'm sure they'll fix it tomorrow, like tomorrow. Of course. That was a bit better. Not perfect. Taxi. Call Guru Cab. How? There is no number on the billboard to actually call. I think I've discovered a flaw in your advertising. Ooh, did you see those? Ah, those are some nice... Look! The sun's just coming up. You can just see the sun tickling the top edge of the locomotive there. A tiny little bit. I know it's a bit laggy on the outside because I'm looking back. But you could see the sun just coming up. Aww. Because it is morning actually in game. Should be able to see it on the other side of this billboard. Or maybe not. Right. Exing horn accuracy plus 186 points. This isn't bus driver. Aw. Breaker 19, this air is BNSF 96980. You got a copy on me. Dispatch, come on. Alright, alright. Hold on, is that a... I can't tell if that's a signal there that we've got there, or if that's a light behind it. No, that is definitely a signal. And that looks like it's well, that's an approach. And that is also yellow. Actually, no, that's an advance approach, of course. Also, there's a speed limit. The speed limit's going to go down to 20 miles per hour soon. Start braking a bit. Does the bell work? Yes, the bell works. Great. Okay, so that was an approach, an advance approach, sorry. It means the next one's probably going to be an approach. And then we're going to have a red. If I remember American signals properly. I say American signal. Yes, they are American signals, but they are, of course, different systems with their own quirks. Hello, driver. Engineer, sorry, we're in the USA. Did the radio guy just say, "Hey"? Sounded like it. Those look like grain hoppers. Look, don't look back there, that's too laggy. Look forward instead. Ah, and some tankers as well. Not sure what's in those, if anything. Yeah, 10-4. 6980 for sure. You definitely got a front door, good buddy. Mercy sakes alive. Looks like you're going on the Tehachapi Pass. Yes. Over. Copy. Roger. Surely. Right, so those were definitely 2 yellow lights, so we've still got an advance approach. Let's see what other views we've got. We've got the view over here, and probably just the one back here, yes. Ah, lovely. Ooh, actually, lag, how are you? Ah, you're doing well. Good, good, good. Just checking in. Yeah. You've got to check in on the lag sometimes. Sometimes it feels a bit weaker, and then you've got to get its spirits up again. Tom Steed, 130. Hello, welcome. Hi, all the way back to Classic. Hello. Yes. Train Simulator Classic. This is actually I only bought Train Simulator Classic very recently when it was on sale with the Epic, well not Epic, no, the Humble Bundle, sorry, yeah, when it was on sale there. I did have the previous version of Train Simulator, actually quite a few of them, but this particular version is new, which means that the 3 routes that come with it are now new to me, because I did not have those DLCs in the past. So I'm trying them out. How are you? I copy you loud and clear, and don't call me Charlie. Hey. Man, this app just won't start. Maybe getting the game from Good Old Games has something to do with it. I don't know. Have you tried launching it with Administrator? Probably yes, but might as well ask. Imagine if for the radio chatter here there was just a really distorted audio recording of totally unrelated stuff. And that would be funny. It would also be funny if they actually patched in live radio chatter from the company, like stuff that's actually being spoken live. If that were like uploaded to a website somehow, and then that gets downloaded or something like that and put in the game. That would be interesting. It would also be a lot of work to go to for not that much gain. Okay, that looks like it's an advanced approach again. But who would censor it? No one, of course. Okay, we have actually passed the 60 track limit sign, but since we're operating under an advanced approach, that's probably why we're limited to 20 miles per hour. Maybe, who knows. Again, it's been a while since I've done American stuff in Train Simulator. UTC 24 to 2006. So 2004, 2006, 9, 10, 2012, 10, 2019, and Trains Plus. Live weather for the real routes like Freight Sim. That would be interesting. Although I would have it as an option you can toggle on or off, because while just for general driving purposes it would be very interesting to have that, I think having the control of setting the weather if you're making a specific session is very valuable. And I speak from a trains session making point of view, where you have a lot more options to do stuff with. Ah, now we've gone up to 60 miles per hour. Maybe the sign was just in the wrong place or something. Someone at ETG would have to sit there listening live to the radio chatter, and whenever someone starts to swear or something, they'd have to hold down a button to censor it for everyone. Or they just don't censor it. Oh, look at the sun shining on those cars from the side. Again, an advanced approach. Interesting. I'll just quick save here. Then the game would have to be 60 plus or something. 30 plus? I don't know. Let's see if we can... Well... Okay. Let's see if we can get up to 60. If the next signal is an advanced approach again, I will slow down because we've got quite a long train. So... I don't want to accidentally run a red. Hopefully Transport Fever 2 is one of the few games I can download stuff for while using an anonymous account. I honestly don't know, sorry. By modern safety standards. I see what you mean. Yep, that's an American train, all right. I wonder, is that signal for us? I don't think so because I don't see it on the bottom yet. Although, at the bottom you can see we are starting to climb a bit. Let me know when you're out of California. Look closely at Autorac. Also, are the loos modelled? Alright, I don't know. Do locos have people in them in the outer view? I don't know, I'll check. So Lisa can come back. Well, if I notice us being out of the... out of California, I'll let you know. Okay, so... people... yes, and yes. Lose... probably not. Can't check while in motion. That... is that a clear? Can't tell yet. But yes, we have in fact started to climb a bit. What do you mean, manufactured in Sweden? Looks closely at Autorac. What do you mean, manufactured in Sweden? That's funny. And yes, that is a clear. Wait, why does it say horn here? Oh, is it for that crossing, I'm assuming? Ah, that felt good. Yep, can't notice a performance difference in that. Having the in-cab light on or off. Sign, please do not observe lavatorial facilities while in motion. I should tell you what, I'll quickly look up where the state border is. Google Maps. 1 second. Don't want to look at Torquay. Let's see, California, Bakersfield. Yeah, we are... yeah, we're not gonna get out of California because we're only going to Mojave. So yeah, we're not gonna cross a state border. At least not in this session. Sign, please do not observe... Right. Fun fact, I actually visited Torquay yesterday. Oh, interesting. Settle Carlisle was still in the later versions. Do you mean trains? Do you mean the Settle Carlisle route in trains, or do you mean in Train Simulator? Was up on that bridge by the beach, Tehachapi Sands, in it? Yeah. Yes. Yes is not a very helpful answer when it's this or that. Could you clarify, please? Oh, in Train Simulator TRS-12 and later. Oh yes, I remember. Well, actually, I don't think I ever owned the Settle Carlisle DLC, but I do remember the Hawes Junction map from a long time ago. That was so atmospheric. I remember when I first got trains, and back then I didn't know that much about trains, but I remember there was a session where you drove a Class 37, I think it was, like a BR Green 37, in the storm up the Hawes Junction with those beautiful windswept valleys and views and those passenger trains coming the other way. And I remember it was stormy, and back then, in those versions of trains, you still had the lightning appear in, like, illuminating the clouds in the skybox. And yeah, that was just great back then. With the old UI, like, with the old brownish beige UI as well. Good times. Long times ago, but good times. Industries. Lovely. Oh, wait, isn't that another crossing there? Funny, there wasn't a whistle post for that one. Hawes Junction, yeah, same. Love it. Love that map. Yep. the VR Green Class 37, yes, hey! Back in my day, the thunderstorms actually looked like a thunderstorm. The thunderstorm actually looked like a thunderstorm. Yep. I remember Modular City as well. Oh, and the old Black Forest map. The Black Forest map, when I first got on, when I first used it, drove on it, that map used to look and feel so much larger than it actually is. Because it's basically just 2 loops. But because the sections were so divided up, you had the lake and you had the forest and you had field and you had the snowy mountains and stuff like that, it really, to me, it really did feel much larger than it actually was. I also remember being surprised that the roller coaster on that map actually used normal tracks. That was actually the first time that I had been exposed to the concept that you can use tracks in trains for something other than just normal train tracks. Because, I mean, I was building routes in trains since the first time I got it. And yeah, that was a long time ago. And the sun worked and wasn't completely and utterly vertically broken, yes. For context, in TRS-19 Service Pack 5 on Mac at least, yeah, well, yes, on Mac from the train store version at least, the sun's rotation is broken. So as you, hold on, UP detector milepost 31808, no defects. Total axles 224, temperature 66 degrees, detector out. Lovely. Yeah, so basically as you rotate the camera, the sun rotates with it. So imagine if the sun is back there, and then if I rotate the camera upwards like that, the sun just moves up in the sky to that position up there, and then move it down, the sun sinks beneath the horizon. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Speeding? What? What do you mean speeding? The speed limit's 60. I'm not going 60. Oh, did that signal have a... Ah. I probably missed a signal that had a more restrictive aspect on it. Probably 45. That's a memory. Yeah, 2008, isn't it? Same here. I'm DLS as TD's Ted. Oh! I'll look up some of your stuff later. Hold on, let me just quickly write that up. You keep an eye on the train while I make a note of this. 1 second. Okay, so, how's my train? All good? Not derailed? Nice. Borked, not broken, but same difference. Alright. Tomstead 130. Okay. It's a steed, yes. Just looked it up, and that asset looks great. I don't think I've seen you using it before. I'm 8686. On the DLS, my username is Sharadice, of course. That, by the looks of things, is an approach, which means the next signal may, in fact, be at danger. So, I don't know what sort of speed restriction comes with an approach. Might be 30? Actually, no, there is another little light down there, I didn't see that. So that is an advanced approach. So I'm going to try accelerating up to 45, since that appears to be the speed that it started penalizing us at previously. 25 for an approach, and then for an advanced approach, I'm guessing 45, since that is the speed from before. Is it really steed? Oh, stead. It's spelled stead, as in Bolton Hempstead. Alright, stead then. 12 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. Thank you. Yeah, I'm blowing the horn by the sign, but the sign's positioned such that the distance to the crossing is appropriate if for you going 60 miles per hour, which I am not, last I checked. No, I'm still not. What's that train doing? Well, it's obviously stopped. Maybe we have to pass onto the other line for some reason. Or maybe they've got a hot box. Ah, wasn't so obvious on a laptop. Ah, you're on a laptop. I would suggest getting off of it, you might crush it. Or overheat it. That still looks like an advanced approach. Although it's a bit difficult to tell. There are a lot of rail fanning videos, I think, of this stretch of track. Ah, look at that! Look how the sun is shining into the cab. Ah, that looks lovely. Ah. Morning in the desert. What could be more beautiful? Well, morning in the forest, perhaps. But that's personal preference. It's a different kind of beauty, I would say. Very similar, but different kind. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit until I... Well, actually, I'm gonna press the horn now, because it might deduct points if I don't. Because that's where the sign is. But I'm gonna do it a little bit later so that the timing works a bit better. There we go. The train's moving all by itself. We didn't even have to get out and push. Yet. Those are some nice blue mountains in the distance. I wonder if they've got any mystery to them. Those are probably orchards on the side there. Those trees that look very orderly placed. Like the yet. Thank you. Because we haven't gotten to the mountain spit yet. 50 miles per hour, and then we're going to go downhill. Let's see how this goes. I suppose I should probably use the dynamic brakes for going downhill, but this is the first time I'm trying to drive this consist, so actually, tell you what, we've still got a bit of speed left between, so might as well put that in setup. Actually, maybe I should have waited a little bit for some of the train to crest the hill first. But we'll see how this goes. If you don't know what the keys for the dynamic brakes are, they are the chevrons. Or technically it's the comma and dot key, since you're not holding shift. Quite a nice view. I remember this area from this route in Run 8. That's what I meant to say. Not that I have Run 8. I don't even have a copy of Run 8. But I have seen videos and I do remember this bit. Are you guys out of California yet? Nope. We're going to Mojave from Bakersfield, so that's California all the way. But the mountains are going to be quite nice. I start with MSTS. I actually also did many years ago. I mean, back then, I had no idea how to read the user interface of it. So, what used to happen most of the time with me is I put the train in forward gear, put the brakes off, accelerated, and actually maybe I don't need the dynamics for this bit because, although actually the setup was already slowing us down quite a bit. Yeah, so yeah, I used to just drive along at a speed that looked safe, or that looked appropriate for the area that I was driving in, and then I got surprised when the line ran out and derailed my train, usually. And it took me so long to figure out which symbol on, like, I'm not sure that I did even figure it out, like which symbol on the side meant that the buffers came, and the tracks ended and stuff like that. Yeah, but back then I was quite young and I had no idea how to properly play the game. Okay, yeah, we're not going to need the dynamics here, but it was a good test, I think. Also, that's a clear, good. Then it seems Elisa won't come back to the stream, for the stream. Well, that is her choice. I barely remember that. A pity. Maybe Elisa could grow to appreciate California for its natural geography, its landscape, its wildlife. Maybe. Only downloaded routes in that one building was useless. I never even knew that MSTS had building options. I only started building routes when I first got trains. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until the back of my train passed that signal, because I have a suspicion that the speed limit might still be 45 from the advanced approaches, maybe, if that is indeed the limit for those. She would, if they have the politicians, if the politicians were absolute idiots. Well, you probably meant to write weren't. Although, I will say, this train is bound for New Mexico, so we're on our way out of California, it's just we won't get there on screen. That sort of stuff isn't limited to just California though, but hey. Yeah, true. Defect detector. Milepost 328.6. That's the number it says down in the bottom right. Ooh, single track. See, the mountains are getting closer. Ah, look, a dried out riverbed. Ooh, actually quite a lot of dried out riverbed. Yeah, this texture looks better this way around than it does that way around. Ooh, no, defects detected. Well, I hope so, but considering that this session is called Hotbox, Part 1, we may, in fact, get some defects at one point. Actually, that's the thing. Have you ever played around with the defect detectors in trains? Because I have a little bit in for single player stuff, but since all of my routes are, I want to have them be multiplayer compatible, I've never actually put defect detectors on them, because I don't know how they would work with multiplayer. But if you have, I would love to know that, because that could be quite useful for future routes. Okay, that is an approach. And you said 25, correct? So let's try and slow down to 25 for this. We might get some points deducted here, if indeed that is the correct speed. No. It looks like we're not getting points deducted. Then I don't know why we were getting points deducted before. Who knows? Yep, beep, 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 emergency, minor defect detected. Well, a hotbox isn't exactly a minor defect. Because that can seriously damage a train, perhaps even causing it to derail. Because the thing is, if the oil is burning, then the oil burns away and doesn't lubricate the bearing anymore, and then it can get so hot that the metal can potentially melt through, or at least crack, or become unstable, to the point where the wheel fails, well, the axle fails, and then you've got a trail derailment on your hands. So, hotboxes are nothing to joke about, unless the jokes are funny, of course. Automatic maintenance system engaged, lubricant administered. Administering more lubricant into hotbox isn't gonna solve it if it's already on fire. No, have not used them. Contact Phil Scheme. Phil Scheme. He has used them. Ah, I will make a note of that as well. Also, I will turn off the throttle because there might be a signal coming up, which we may need to stop at. Alright, no defects. Good. Right, also, in case you're unaware, ooh, that is a medium approach? Question mark? Yeah, usually I do, I looked up at the wrong camera again, sorry. Usually I do stream trains route development as well, but at the moment my normal computer is broken, and until that either gets fixed or replaced, I have to... Oh, I can't stream basically. The only reason why I can stream this is because Kango Fango has been kind enough to let me use his computer for it. But I can't stream trains on this because it's just not stable enough, unfortunately. Well, sensor bye-byes. Oh, okay. Right, shadows. I didn't say minor. Oh? Was it? Oh, major. I genuinely read that as minor defect. Ooh, hopefully you won't have a train derailment on your hands. Yikes. That you... I mean, unless it's like a model train, in which case it's not going to be that big of an issue, probably. Unless it's carrying something like a radioactive isotope of cobalt. And if that kind of gets covered all over your hands, then it's going to be a big issue. It might even be worse than if it had been an actual real-life train derailment on your hands, in that case. Because that sounds like real pain, to say the least. Huh? Is BNSF Loco run the HUV suit firmware? I have no idea. Who knew? Yeah, just about kind enough. Let's see. Colors checkout. Colors checkout? I hope they can pay. Now we're getting into the hilly bits. Yes, over. Actually, no, I didn't get that. No, I rescind my over. I didn't get that, sorry. Oh, look at the sky. Isn't that nice how the clouds are illuminated now? The locomotive fits in quite nicely color-wise, I think, with the clouds. So yeah, now looking on the map, you can see we're here, and this really curvy bits are all along here. And this is where we've got that famous loop. My defect detecting thing was a reference to this. Oh, I had no idea, sorry. Also, does anyone know why we're on the left track? No idea. Might be. Well, I was about to say might be that there's a train up ahead on the other side that's maybe stopped or something, but no, that's a clear aspect, unless it's stopped further up ahead. Or it could just be that maybe when they made the session, they maybe just set the destination, like the next destination, and this left track is the shorter path out of the two because of how the curves work, maybe. Or maybe it's just for a bit of variation. Maybe the dispatcher just moved to the States from the UK? Maybe. I mean, both of these tracks are designed to be two-way tracks, as you can clearly see by the signals. However, I think it's a bit unusual. Unless, of course, there's something wrong with the right track at the moment. Oh, only that wiper moves. Interesting. Not the inner ones. Let's get a nice flyby shot. Ooh, maybe like that. That could be quite nice. Will we get sun on the loco? Oh yes, a little bit. Yeah, and then 10 million cars, I know. Should have taken a thumber? I could have, but the thing is, it's gonna be, because I will upload these live streams, because I'm uploading the live streams in chronological order to YouTube, I would have to upload the Minecraft live streams first, and for those to be uploaded, I have to edit them first, and I can't do that currently. I've got all of the archives saved locally, but I have to edit the different points of views on there. So it's going to be a while until I can upload this archive to YouTube, and I don't really want to have the thumbnail potential images sitting around all that time. So I'm just going to take an image out of the stream when it comes to it. I might very well take one from that point along, but I'm not going to take them now. But you could upload your last Sunday Scroll.io stream, right? I could, yes. But the thing is, that stream, because it's already been a pause, I don't want it to look like, oh, everything's fine now, I can upload my streams again, I can edit them, everything's fine, when in fact it really isn't. So, because there's already been such a long pause, I'm just gonna leave it until I can properly upload all of them. Look, it pushed the camera so far up because the camera had to go over the hill to catch up with the front bit of the rear bit of the train. Look at that! It always amazes me how long these trains are in the US, especially on curvy bits like that. Look at that! Isn't that amazing? Look at that. For a second I thought that was the AWS tripping up and that was the brake hiss. Luckily it was not. Fun fact, the game actually got updated 2 days back. Ooh, yes. You could put a Q&A thing in the description of that stream. Well, yes, but most people don't read the descriptions. I could edit it into the video, maybe, if I could edit them. Advanced approach, okay. But then I wouldn't be able to take it out again when the issue's been remedied. I suppose I could phrase it in a clever way. Episode 5, actually, Rabbit Snake. What do they use instead of AWS here? I think it's was it PT? Positive train control? Something like that? But not all locomotives have it, I think. I think it's PTC, but that doesn't sound right. Although I'm pretty sure it's called positive train control. I don't. It's been a while since I've researched American railroad stuff. Well, right. Yeah, sometimes locus front more than one piece in middle and rear. Yes. Distributed motive power, I think that's called. PZB. No, not PZB. That's a German thing. Funny how you can see the sun shining on the front of the locomotive, and if I look back you can see the sun shining in there, but if I look that way you can't actually see the sun. Also, I'm speeding a bit. You can just see the halo of where the sun should be, but they because of the way the skyboxes work, you don't actually have the flare, apparently. RFB, 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 yes. Also, was that the advanced approach signal there? I think. Sonne, wo bleibst du? Which means, sun, where are you at, basically? Or where are you staying, if you want to translate it literally. Ah, look, there's a train. Ah, yeah, so that makes sense. If that train's on the right side of the tracks, then I'm on the left. That makes sense. Although why that train is on the other side, who knows? Okay, can we see the signal yet? The answer to that important question is... I have no idea, I don't think so. That looks like a red to me. So I'm gonna idle the power. Oh yes, and I have to stop here. Right. Actually, it's just... the signal's just... it's got... knocked up, I want to say. A knockdown is if it's more restrictive, and knocked up is if it's less restrictive, I think. But it says I've got to stop here anyway. Maybe I'm a bit late. Anyway, I've got to stop just basically in front of the signal. Gravity, I think, will do the most of the work of actually stopping me. So, thank you, countless atoms that make up the Earth. Interesting that it wants us to stop on the actual crossing. I thought you weren't supposed to do that for extended periods of time, but who knows? Okay, so where are we on the map? Center player. Ah, right, I see. We're on this bit. We've got to go around here and eventually make our way up to there. Oh right, and that's just before the loop bit thing, so that's probably on the second one. Ah, we can continue. Let's just apply the sanders, just in case. Good work, driver. Now stay here until for 1 hour until we can proceed further. End of part 1, start of part 2. Well, that is how these sessions tend to go in this game. Loading in. Traffic jam ambience.wave. Also, I think that's a 20 mph speed limit coming up. 20 or 15? Not sure. There are two on top of each other. 20. Good to know. Still enjoying Coolment. Ah, thank you. It's really good to hear that. Although I'll tell you one thing. When I made Coolment. Well, I made it in Tiers 19, the final version. Made it in Tiers 19, and I made the sessions in Tiers 19. And in that snow session, we are going along with the rotary snowblower, and you're clearing the snow banks off. Originally, the way I had scripted that is that you've got, because some of them you can approach them from either side, and it's supposed to wait until some of the train has cleared the entire snowbank for it to change the layers so that the snow is, well, removed on either side, or to either side. But so yeah, so the way I did it originally, so this is in Service Pack 2 on Mac, I had triggers, so you come in through a trigger, which then disables the end trigger, because I've got a trigger at the end of the snowbank that if you reach it, it changes the layers. So if you're coming that way, it disables that one, so you can reach this one. If you're coming that way, it disables this one, so you can... No, it disables that one, so you can reach the other one. Basically, so you've got to go the whole way through. That may have been a bit complicated, but basically, I used the layers to turn off triggers so that they wouldn't be triggered by a train going over them, which, in Tiers 19 Service Pack 2 on Mac, worked. Now, it's only after the Coleman Mounds Railroad was released and I updated to Service Pack 5. Oh hey, there's a train. Look, that's our train back there. Yeah, it's only after I updated Service Pack 5 that I played the session and I discovered that it didn't work. Even though the layers were turning off, the triggers were still getting triggered by a train driving over them, even if the layer was off. So I contacted some other people, some other route developers, and they informed me that that is how it was always intended, and that's how it's always been for them. As it turns out, that functionality of triggers only being triggered by trains if the layer they're on is visible was a bug that was only available in Tiers 19 Service Pack 2 on Mac. So I had to quickly redo that session, the logic of that session, using variables so that the session worked, and I'm so glad that nobody, well, I say I'm glad that nobody wrote about it being broken in the forums. I say I'm glad because obviously that's not good publicity, but at the same time I would have liked someone to notice so I could have fixed it sooner, but anyway. Yeah, so then I, of course, fixed it as soon as possible and pushed the update, which luckily didn't take too long to go through. I also fixed a few other little things like typos and stuff like that. But yeah, that's one of my Coleman Mountains Railroad stories. I have a few of them. This reminds me of where Spielberg shot Duel. It looks quite similar. Wait, isn't that road a little close to the tracks there? Shouldn't that be moved over slightly? I guess it just about fits, but I mean really, that is a bit close, don't you think? I mean, especially if you look at the hard edge back there. Although we've got a speed limit of 23 miles per hour. That's unusual. Oh, yes, whoa, yes. Only a service road for railroad. I suppose that makes sense. Ah, but that's odd, look. Ah, that's why it looks so strange. Ah, that road is floating up above, so it's actually above the ballast of the tracks here, and then you've got the other road continuing beneath it, that's continuing to the right, that's lower, so then on that one the ballast is over the top of the road. And oh yeah, because if you look underneath there, you can see the actual road continues on but goes underground there, so they probably patched this up by putting another section of road on top that's elevated up slightly, but then they didn't... Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I was really surprised when I first played that session with the rotary snowplow and saw the snow being properly cleared. Aww. Oh, that's odd. A bit, yeah. Friend reminder that cats only meow for us humans. They don't meow to talk to each other. Yes, because the meowing is actually what baby cats or kittens do, how they communicate with their parents. So if a cat is meowing, it's basically doing baby talk to you, because it has learned that humans respond well to baby talk, and that they tend to do stuff for you like a cat's parent would if it's doing baby talk to its parent. So yes, that's why cats, even adult cats, meow to people and not to other cats. Yes. Although not a lot of people know that. Congratulations, VHR, for knowing that. Human arqua mor snork. Same with dogs, with barking? I don't know, but I don't think so. Because I think, yeah, because with dogs, they see people more as the alpha of the pack, or yeah, as the leader of the pack. But with cats it's a bit different. Of course. Oh wait, was I blowing the horn when I should have been using the bell? I've just seen that that sign had a W on it, and I think the other ones had an X on them. Maybe I should have been using the bell for all those other crossings only. Oh well. So wait, where is this crossing that I'm supposed to be honking for? Oh, it's for the tunnel, I see. It's not a crossing at all. Well, that's quite a nice tunnel entrance, especially when it's being illuminated like that. Tell you what, this is a good route. I like this route. Imagine if it just... there was a physics glitch just now as I'm entering the tunnel and the train just derailed, pinging off into outer space. just after I said I like this route. This is a good route. Okay, I've got an advanced approach again. We seem to be having a lot of those. I do like the color combination of the orange clouds and the blue hills. It looks very artistic, even if it maybe doesn't look that realistic. In retrospect, I'm glad that I chose to go with the BNSF locos first, because the orange of the locos fits very well with the orange of the clouds, like I said before. Wild wolves also don't usually bark, right? I don't know. I don't know enough about that to say either way. Just my initial response would be that they do bark occasionally. Like maybe if there's some sort of point of contention or something like that, or maybe if they're trying to hunt, like trying to scare prey in a certain direction or something like that. But that's just either conjecture or stuff that I maybe saw in films. But if stuff like that is shown in films, then the likelihood is that it's a dramatized version of what real events would be like. So you can't really count that. So even though that would be my initial response, my actual response is I don't know. Very nice view, that. Let's save again, shall we? I think we shall. This is very nice. I mean, they can bark, yeah. Birch beasts. Let's see, where are we on the map? Okay, we're just over here. So yeah, we're just over here, which means we've only just begun the long squiggly bit. There really is quite a lot of that on this map, then, which is good. Again, I looked in the wrong camera, used to the camera being up there. Oh, also, in-cab signaling? No. I believe that would be located here if there were some, but I don't think that this loco is equipped with that. Considering that I don't think that the speed limit is 80 miles per hour or more on this on this bit of the railroad. You can see our train back there still. So it's still going around that corner, going this way. So back that way and then around this way. Would have been a bugger to build RL. Yes, I agree. Probably would have also been quite difficult to drive with a steam locomotive IRL back in those days. To put it lightly. There's a Wikipedia link to the Tehachapi Pass, if that is, again, how it's pronounced. I'm totally not sure. Ah, super elevation, yes. Fun fact, bagger, pronounced the same as the English bugger, actually means excavator in German. Bagger. Yeah. Although the R is more pronounced, I think, or pronounced differently. Well, I gotta go. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the scenery, even if you don't enjoy the politicians. Yeah, alright. Thanks for coming. Yes. Bye-bye. Need to sleep. Elisa sends her bye-byes and see you on Sunday. See you on Sunday, indeed. On Kango's channel for some multiplayer truck or bus driving, probably. Where I sadly will not be participating. Again, because my main computer is currently not operational. Also, I seem to have slid down the chair a bit. 1 second. There we are. Look, you can see the sun's now shining in down there, even though we're going uphill now. So yeah, the sun really is rising quite quickly in-game. Because when we started, the sun was still, I think, just below the horizon or something like that. Oh, so there is a sun there. Yes, there is a sun. You can see the ring, like the halo of it, basically. But there is no actual lens flare of the sun. And when it's lower, you don't tend to see it. It doesn't tend to be that bright. Look, you can see signals up there. That's probably where we're going to end up going, in fact. Yeah, I think we're going to go around this way, then loop around, then come back over here, go through a tunnel, and then come out there, and then going that way, probably. Transformation needs god rays, sunshafts. I mean, depends on how much performance they take, I would say. Let's have a look. Yes, indeed, that's this bit up here, I think. Never seen. This is going to be such a nice spot for train spotting. See the trains coming up and out of this tunnel and into this tunnel like that. Plus you've also got the trucks over here. Ooh, or maybe actually up on top of that, because then you might be able to see the entire loop. Well, most of the loop, including that bit down there, and including this stretch down here. Ooh, that's quite atmospheric. Maybe there are people train spotting here right now. You mean you? Train spotting over the live stream? I hadn't thought about it that way. Interesting point of view. Let's save again, just in case. 16. Others. What is that? Is that like a camera? I wonder. That might be like a sort of a black box type feature or something like that. With recording the journeys, maybe. Yeah, something like a dash cam, maybe. Look, blue sky, orange sky. Oh right, those are just hills. Never mind. The super elevation changed. Aw. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Actually, is this... Yeah, this is that tunnel. I can tell you what. I am going to... Look, our train's still down here. While we're already entering the... Look, our train is here, while we are entering that tunnel in the distance. That tunnel over there somewhere. Our train is still here. And I don't think we've got any distributed power or anything like that either. Wowsies. Wowsies, yes. Okay, so our train is just disappearing into that tunnel there. It's just out of view. And look, there's our locomotives! Look at that. Not the glitchy faces, I mean, but look at that length of train. That is impressive. If you'd stand here, you'd never suspect that that's one train, if you didn't know. Well, I suppose that's true. More fun when you get to the loop. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, but that will not be in this scenario. And the thing is, I'm not sure that I'll have time to play the entirety of the next scenario. So we'll have to see when we get there. We'll have to see when we get there. Wasn't sure if the lights were on in the cab or not. I guess I could have just looked up here. Just looking down in that valley. Are our tracks over here anywhere? No, I think we came from back there somewhere. Yeah, that's a different valley. This is marvelously wiggly track going along here, back and forth and back and forth. Also, Tom's Ted 130. Have you heard of the Haddencote tramway? Good question. Have you heard of the Haddencote tramway? I know I have. You have, Paradise? Yes, I have, I know. Shocking, isn't it? You never told me about that last year. Well, that is very true. Very true indeed. Although from next year's point of view, that statement will no longer be true. It'll always be true when I posted it. Hold on. That looks like it's a tree that's just been moved into the ground. Look, you can see the branches coming out from there. Yeah, that look at that. That's definitely a tree that they've just put here and moved into the ground. I mean, I do the same thing all the time in trains. But, I mean, that's probably why I was able to notice it, but it does look good here. It's just funny to me that they do the same thing that I do in trains. Kangafanga, don't think so. Ah, well, Kangafanga, would you like to perhaps post a link to the playlist in that case? I do the same thing in OMSI 2 too. On it already. You're always on everything. First the laptop, then the playlist. You're on so many things, Kango. Ah, there we go. Just there you all go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for those of you who are not watching the stream live, the Haddon-Cut Tramway is a train's route that I wanted to make in preparation for my 200th Trains live stream. And originally I intended it to be only 5x5 baseboards, and with the scenery basically only built besides the track in such a way that it would limit how far you could see, so that it wouldn't take that long to build. But then because I decided to make it in an actual 5x5 baseboard grid with all the spaces in between filled in, there were such great opportunities for such beautiful vistas that I decided I'm going to have more open spaces and actually build scenery as far as you can see, which means that it took so much longer to build. The route itself is finished, and the sessions as well. They're just going through the final testing phase, and then the route will be released. Of course, my 200th Trains live stream has now long gone, but oh well. You can still celebrate something even after that thing has passed. See a lot of medieval rulers. So, yeah, that's what it is. And the building process is actually available on my YouTube channel, which is the link Kango's placed in chat. There's a playlist of it. It's 4 parts, I believe, of edited videos with post-commentary and time lapses and cinematics at the end as well. So, yes. And like I said in the beginning of the first video, another part of the Haddon-Cut Tramway project is to provide like a test for me, because I know that while the Trains live streams are great, and as soon as my computer's fixed, I will be resuming those. Because you've got so much audience interaction, and you can actually it's actually the whole building process, recording all that stuff. It's great. Not everybody has about 2 hours to watch someone build a trains route in real time. So that's why I decided to have to try out an edited route building video series, which, if it works, which, judging by how it went for the Haddon-Cut Tramway, it does absolutely work, I would like to do in addition to Trains live streams once the Milton Valley Railroad is finished, because the statement when I began the Milton Valley Railroad was that the entire building process, maybe aside from some very tedious bits of maintenance, would be built live on stream. Well, except for the first baseball that was done as a test. So I'm still going to finish that completely live on stream. But the next Trains project, for the sake of timeliness, I will likely do a mixture. So I'll work on it off stream and record myself working on it off stream, and then edit those bits together to form videos, and then whenever Train's live stream day rolls around, I'm going to then live stream just the bit of development that I'm currently at. So I think that mixture will allow for future routes to be finished much faster, because the Milton Valley Railroad I started building in 2020, and I thought that I would have it finished at the latest early 2021. At the latest. That, of course, has not happened. Because I completely underestimated or overestimated the amount of stuff I could do per week with 2 streaming slots of 2 hours each, while you also calculate in time spent reading chat or responding to chat, which of course is great, it's great fun and I love doing that, but it does take away time from building. So yes, that's the other purpose of the Haddon Tramway thing. So yes, that will be coming to the DLS relatively shortly. The Haddon Tramway, not the Milton Valley Railroad. The Milton Valley Railroad will be payware on the train store, and that is still going to take a while. Even though I say that, but the actual route building portion of it, of the development cycle, is mostly finished. I've just got to finish that one western branch, like finish the scenery around that, which I'm well on the way for doing before my computer broke. Don't worry, I've got backups. And then I've just got to finish building the actual remaining bits of the city in the south. And then the route is going to be pretty much finished, aside from some little touch-up things where I need to update some of the scenery, because when I first started building the Milton Valley Railroad, in those 2 years, I have, of course, improved my route building skills, so I'm going to update stuff. And then it's time to make sessions after that, which will be fun, as long as I don't have to deal with too many AI issues or other session rule issues, which I probably will, knowing trains. And aside from that, basically, if trains should be working as intended, it would be fun. It's still going to be parts of it are going to be fun otherwise, but other parts will probably not be fun, which is why I'm probably not going to stream all the sessions. One of the reasons, anyway. Well, making the sessions, anyway. Or for those who aren't watching live, I was watching this live. Yes. And you'll find wooden shacks. And you'll find wooden shacks and open spaces, happy hearts and friendly faces, way back in my hometown. Yeah, I know where that's from. 2 and Tex of Texas. Safe to watch later. Thank you. I hope you'll enjoy it. Enjoy them in advance. They are great. Oh, Charles, Kutzel the Forest Owl, reimagined for number 300. I won't say no, but I also won't say yes. Great idea that. Can I wait? But I will. Maybe Pillsbury Barn expanded. Again, I won't say no, but I also won't say yes. Although I will say this. At this point, the Kutzel Forest Owl reimagined is more likely than the Pillsbury Barn getting an expansion. At this point. As a Baywa? I don't know. Still really glad that you went with My Name's Christian. Aww, yes. Serious Cow King, hello, welcome. The only good trains I had no air problems was UTC. Good. Yeah. Hmm. Although even in Trains a New Era, there are so many less bugs and glitches and issues than in TRS 19. I mean, even in TRS 19 Service Pack 2, there was so much... Yes, there were some big issues, like some crashes if you tried to save without having done any changes and stuff like that. But just in terms of... in terms of actual glitchiness in regards to the logic or the rules and stuff like that. Is that our signal? No, that's for the siding. Okay. I think, yeah, Service Pack 5 is so much worse than that, than Service Pack 2 I found. At least the Mac version of it. I don't know what it's like on the Windows version, because apparently there is some significant difference between the two. Hey, Moo. Got to... Seems that I'm exhausted now. I'll be good to go for tomorrow, because I've got a speed building event. Well, I hope that you will not get horribly ill, and I hope that you will survive, and that you will be well and healthy, and that everything will go well for you. Right. Yeah, I will be alright. Yeah. Probably worst case, I'm just bad at it. Alright, the speed building, yes. Of course, that's what I meant. Yeah, it's good to hear from you again. This is the first time I'm driving on the, what's it called? Tehachapi Pass? Question mark? I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, because I got this, of course, with Train Simulator Classic a couple of days ago, because well, a little over a week ago. Because I didn't have it before, but it was on sale on the Humble Bundle, so I picked it up. I see, I've been using trains ever since 2008, also UTC, and I've never made a single session, or really did any AI scripting. Well, that's not true, you did make a session once. Alright, I'm assuming it's Bakersfield. Yes, I call these Planco Friendly Frenzy. Nice, it's events I organize every 2 months or so. Yeah, I made a test one once. Are those events being made, like, is that being live streamed, or are videos being made of that, or is it a more like a private thing, or you just show the end results or something? Like, how does that work? It just doesn't have messages pops. I learned from it. Yeah, and that's good. I've got a defect detector coming up from its Wikipedia article. Tehachapi Pass. Kawaizu? Tehachapi, meaning hard climb. Well, I would say that my locomotives agree with that. Well, these ones not so much, but the older ones probably yes. Is a mountain pass crossing the Tehachapi Mountains in Kern Country, California. Traditionally, the pass marks the northeast end of the Tehachapi's south end of the Sierra Nevada range. Interesting. Shred Eyes, live streamed. We are all in Discord while building. 2 hours to do whatever we want. The theme this time is Western. Ooh. Now that does sound interesting. And I would be tempted to maybe ask if I could participate, but for a while now I didn't have a slot to play pretty much any missed games in, and now that my computer is broken, I mean, I've got to use Kango's computer to live stream this on Fridays, which he's graciously allowed me to use. But have fun with it, and I hope it goes really very well for you. Do you know what you're going to be building yet? Like, do you already have plans for it? Current county, not country. Oh right, yes, I misread. Have fun in advance. And also have fun during it, as well. Planka plans. If you want to participate, that would be amazing. maybe next time then. Maybe next time, yeah. Although, if I do participate, I will probably... If I did participate, I would probably get in a bit of practice, because I've not done that much in Planet Coaster, and... not anything recently, anyway, so... But yeah, it's good to know that it's there, and I'm glad that I have an invite, and I may very well take you up on that someday. Not Sunday, but someday, to clarify. The month every 2 months, so the next one will be in January. I gotcha. Hold on, I'll actually make a note of that, so I don't forget about it. The third note I've made today in this live stream. Okay, there we go. If you want to watch, it's always on Saturday at 3 PM EST, your time zone, London time zone. Oh, so it's 8 PM then. Interesting. So, are you streaming as well then, I'm assuming? So is it like the account that you're typing on now that you're going to use to stream? Yes, I am. Okay. There we go. I'll see if I can make it. Is it... So is it this Sunday or... Hold on, what did you write? Oh, for tomorrow? Wait, what? It's Friday today. Oh, or did you say Saturday? I might have... Ah, Saturday. I misread Sunday. Sorry. Ah, Saturday. So it is tomorrow. Yes. So I'm going to correct that. Train still good? Train still good. Good. Okay. Yeah, I just misread that, sorry. So, yeah, I'll see if I can stop by to watch. Can't promise anything, but we'll see. It's Saturday. This Saturday, yes, tomorrow. I said Sunday as a joke, repeating what you said about Sunday. Oh, alright. Sorry for the confusion. Well, Kang's fault. Well, I think it's my own fault for not reading it properly. Good thing I'm not at fault then. Oh, Congo's fault. Congo's fault. I misread it again. As long as it's just a Congo, that's fine. UP detector, milepost 3470. Hotbox, west rail. Axle 36. Total axles 224. Temperature 71 degrees. Detector out. The detector reports that the bearing on axle number 36 is overheating. Bring the train to safe stop so this can be investigated. Will do. Although, to be honest, I don't see the causality of that being Congo's fault. But I'm sure it's there. Stream title, Train Simulator on Fridays. Okay, we've not got far to go. Oh, the school bus up there. That is a really dark shadow. There's like no ambient light whatsoever underneath this bridge. That's actually quite unnerving. Look at that. That's a really dark shadow. Wait, is that the Vastra Narada? If so, to be honest, I'm not going to go back there to investigate that hotbox, if that's the Vastra Narada. I think I shouldn't have slowed down so much so early. Conga. Oh, wow. That is spooky, that is. Like, that is right spooky. Spooky. Right spooky, yes. I think you asked what I was going to build and I didn't answer. I plan on making a log flume in the mountains, going through a woodcut lodge in several scenic locations. Ah. Wait, so Planet Coaster has log flumes? Funny, for some reason I thought that it didn't have water rides. Or maybe that's just a specific thing, that the log flume is a thing in it. Or maybe it's from a DLC that I don't have. It might be from a DLC that I don't have, actually thinking about it. Right out of Doctor Who or something. Sounds lovely. I think it does have one. Yes, there are a few water rides in the game. Oh, right. It's probably just comparing it to RCT3 with its soaked DLC. Hey, I remember the name of the DLC for once. Charles, which DLC don't you have? I couldn't tell you, honestly. I have some. I don't know. Wasn't it only the go-kart packs and disposals? Perhaps. Oh yeah, I think it... Yeah, I don't know. It's not that important at the moment anyway. (6900) to dispatcher number 54, over. This dispatcher number 54, sorry. It's because in German you read the numbers back to front for some strange reason. You actually used to do it the same in the UK sometime in the Victorian era. It was you could read them the other way, but anyway. This dispatcher number 54, go ahead, 6900. The detector at milepost 347 reports there's a hotbox, so we've brought the train to a safe stop in order to investigate, over. Also, there may be carnivorous shadows under the bridge. Please advise, over. I didn't have time to read that. Something, I don't know. The conductor will now inspect axle 36 and determine if the detector report is correct. Right, conductor? Sure, if you want to do it, but if you're not back in an hour, I'm not coming to investigate because you've probably been stripped to the bone by the Vastra Narada. If that makes you reconsider your choice of going back there to investigate, good. If not, well, I seriously hope that it's just a game glitch and not actually the Vastra Narada. There is nothing you can do except to wait patiently for the conductor's findings. Well, then if it is the Vastra Narada, will be here for literally eternity, because he would never come back. Final destination reached. For the conductor, maybe, if it is the Vastra Narada. Anyway, that was a very nice scenario. And it took a bit longer than advertised, probably because of the lag. because it actually slows down the game if it's lagging, and it is a bit for me. So, but yeah, we've actually now reached 11 o'clock, which is the scheduled end for the stream. So that's what I'm going to do. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope that this has not crashed. It should not have done. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Also, Vastgenerata. It's V, yes. I don't know exactly how it's spelled. It's something like that anyway. So thank you all very much for watching, and good night. Bye-bye. Almost looked up there. Bye-bye. Actually, I'm going to read the chat. The conductor better not be an expendable horror thriller side character. What's it? Message? Yes, I remembered. Bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye.